Can you hear him?
He can hear him on the radio?
The way the phone's patched in, he can hear him in the studio, but it's a separate line than what's going over the microphone.
Okay.
Oh, hi. So handsome.
It's the one that went after me.
Yeah, he's got a captive audience.
I can tell which one.
The way his feathers are on the back.
I got to hold him the last time. I was here heavy. Oh my God. Some of them are just enormous. The township is trying to force us to get rid of our rooster. They don't know about Princess. But,
yeah, let's
yeah, probably.
Usual one, everybody talks. Find the entries.
Keep using the same song all the time. I'm gonna find you another song. It's great. It's a perfect song, but it's getting old.
Okay.
I love hearing that crowing. So we're gonna try to apply for a variance. I'm not exactly sure what that all entails, but we're gonna have a petition signed, and they want me to submit a handwritten request to delay the process.
How are you? Where are you in Browns Mills? In town?
Yeah, along North Lakeshore. But there's someone in Pemberton, in the borough, that's like next to a parking lot for a drugstore that has had a rooster for probably 20 years. I mean, it's huge.
How close are you to the neighbors, though? I haven't been down there in a
Neighbors
while.
close.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're houses. Like here. I mean, you know.
But I mean, there's no way to soundproof it?
No. Peanut butter. Doesn't work. I tried. It doesn't work. I put it right on the side of his beak, and he's eating it. He's looking. He's like, it tastes pretty good. Uh-oh.
Remember I gave him a whole grape and he tried to crow after eating
It sounded like he was drowning. He likes his treats.
He's spoiled.
He is, well, rotten, but...
Is he inside the house?
Most of the time.
And you can hear him from inside the house?
He's only this big. He's a little bitty.
Questions.
What?
We don't have any questions.
Yeah, you do. We talked about that. We want to know
down.
who she is. You're going to introduce her, right? You're going to say we're talking to Marilyn Berenzweig.
You need notes?
And too late now. Kev.
Am I still gonna do that? Yeah, because they did.
If you were introducing... If you were introducing John to her, you want to know how where she came from, right? We went through all this.
You don't have to introduce me.
He's not important.
Yeah.
We went through all this, and he just was dead on, and everything was fine, and now he's gonna choke up. Who does that?
People do.
Think about who you're talking
There
to.
you are.
Hi everyone, this is Kevin Storm, and
Yeah, he's
welcome to the
nervous.
Kevin Storm Show. Today we'll be meeting Marilyn
Berenzweig.
Berenzweig of Tent City in Lakewood, New Jersey. Hi, can you tell the audience about yourself?
Hi, Kevin. Well, I live here in Tent City, which, in case you don't know, is a homeless encampment near Lakewood, New Jersey. We're under some pressure here. The township does not want this camp to exist. It's existed here for, I guess, about 6 years. We've lived here for 3. Actually, it's not a bad life. It's tough, but we've enjoyed it.
Where she came from. Yeah, keep it rolling, dude.
Where did you come from before you lived here?
Well, we lived in New York City in Queens. I worked there for many years in the textile industry, which is pretty much dissolved, and moved to China. And
Hold it
so
closer.
when we couldn't survive any longer in that situation without an income,
Education.
we decided to move here. We had looked it up on the internet, and it sounded like we might enjoy living here. And as I say, we've been here 3 years now, getting ready to move on. A friend of ours, Betty, has a house in South Carolina, and she's very kindly offered to share that area with us. So
Education. Okay, you got it.
that's about it. I mean,
Could you tell us about your educational background?
well, I went to art school. I never actually quite graduated, so I don't have a college degree, but I have just about enough credits to have graduated. I studied fine arts, and as many fine artists did at the time, I then went into textiles because at that time you could still paint and do the things an artist does. I know this is a vegan program, and of course it's important that we are vegan. We've pretty much been vegan for a very, very long time, with a few lapses. I'd say we went into veganism kind of nutritionally. We really believe that meat and dairy were bad for you. And later on, the animal rights aspect of it got stronger with us, and now I'd say we're very strong activists for animal rights. We are taking care of a lot of chickens here, and it really makes you think, because chickens, they're so expendable, they're so easily a throwaway animal, and they're so smart, so individual, that it's heartbreaking to think of what happens to them within the industry.
I totally agree on what you were saying about how they're individuals, because I have a rooster, and he's unlike any other bird, not even chicken, that I've seen, because he's smaller than a lot of birds that are in his breed, and he's got a pretty weird color scheme. He's black with white speckles, and he's just spoiled rotten. My mom gives him treats all the time, but other than that, he's just tiny, and I'm running out of
No,
ways
you're
to
not.
describe him.
It's okay. Tell him why we're here.
Do you have any children?
We actually do have a daughter. She's grown up, and we have 3 grandchildren too. We're not really very close at the moment. We've had our little instances of running out of
It's not gonna help. He
right
usually
now, we're
writes his
really
own
just
notes.
focusing on survival and helping other people who are in the situation we're in. And you can hear the rain on the roof.
How would you like me to introduce you?
So we're organizing with some people and working with homeless groups. And if you'd like any more information on that aspect, you can call 609-416-1363 or email me at marilyn@economicrefugees.org. That's marilyn@economicrefugees.org. And you can get some more information. There's a broad spectrum of people living here who really are in danger of losing what little ground they're living on now. So everybody here could use all the help they can.
Is it hard to be vegan?
So could we really?
Is it hard to be vegan given the homeless lifestyle, I guess?
No, actually, it's much easier, Kevin, because you don't have the spoilage issues, you don't have the hygiene issues. You know, we have no electricity, we have no refrigeration. Can you imagine what it would be like if we were trying to keep dairy or meat fresh around here? It would be horrible. I wouldn't want to do it. It's a little tricky, in terms of going to the grocery store. It's not that we're just vegan, but we also try and eat organically when we can, and then there is a limit to the amount of vegetables we can get. But I think it's getting better every day for us vegans. There's more and more options available all the time, don't you think?
Activism. It's okay. It's all right.
Oh, what? We lost connection.
Oh no! Call back. Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Call right back, because I'm sure he knows by now. He's probably talking it up or playing a song just to see if, wow, I've never had that happen.
Sorry, everybody, we lost connection there for a minute.
You got him?
So,
You got him?
yeah, I got him.
Can you hear him? Can you hear us? About activism. What
What
favorite?
kind of...
Most effective
What do you think the most effective
form?
form of activism is?
It's hard to say. I guess it's in your practice, if you do the right thing, you are an example to others around you. I mean, Michael, my husband, is much more verbal than I am. He will talk and talk and talk about it, and he's really got a lot of information that can convince some people. But I think on the whole, people have to try the food, they have to try the life, and then they get to like it. It's not such a radical change in one's lifestyle to go vegan, and I think a lot of people don't really
Hope for the
realize that.
future for them.
What was it?
As- What kind of hope do you have for the future?
What kind of hope do you have
For your future.
For your future?
Well, we've always wanted to have an animal sanctuary, and as I say, our friend Betty, she's pretty much offered to give us that option. It's going to be tricky. We do have an awful lot of roosters here, and roosters of all the chickens are the ones that have the hardest time because people object to crowing, they object to the aggression. So we're a little worried about taking so many roosters into her area, but hopefully they'll fit in and not bother the neighbors there. We've rescued street birds in New York for I guess about 18 years now, where we have some street birds we'll be taking with us that we've rescued. And we'll just, we basically take in whoever comes. Right now we have a baby squirrel. We'll release him when he's old enough, but, that's essentially it. We'd like to have a vegan community, and we'd like to help animals that need our help.
About education and avoiding. Oh my goodness.
What can you tell my peers about how to avoid homelessness?
Yeah. What? You can't sound like that guy.
Beats me.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I don't know. I think people as a whole need to draw together more and help each other more, and certainly that will help the homeless situation. I think being a vegan helps the homeless situation. You'd have much less hunger and poverty without the animal foods industry taking so many resources. The United States as a whole takes more than their share of the world's resources. There'd be no hunger if people would learn to share more and value the rest of the animal kingdom.
Okay, how would I be able to give my teacher more information on how veganism is extremely healthier diet?
You're asking me an awful lot of hard questions here, Kevin. I mean, I guess I tell her to go on the internet. There's good books to read. There's a lot of good books to read. Like I say, I think your example is very important to your teacher. If she sees you being happy and healthy and living a vegan lifestyle, I think that would be the most important effect on her.
Okay.
To have access to the internet.
They do have access to the internet at school. I was going to show
The
her the ratio of pollution from all vehicles that produce smoke to factory farms, which is like 18% to 13%. No, sorry, 13% to 18%. So there's like a 5%.
How did they get on the
There's
internet?
5% more damage to the ozone layer by factory farms than vehicles.
How do they get on the internet?
Absolutely.
How do you guys get on the internet?
Well, we go to the library.
Hold it closer to your mouth.
We go to the library and use the internet at the library. So, and of course you're lucky if you get an hour. You're lucky if you get 2 hours. Mostly, depending on the day, you're only getting in half hour's time. So we don't really have that much access to the internet, but we do try and keep up with our emails and things. We're living a fairly primitive lifestyle here. We walk everywhere, pretty much, and sometimes people will give us a ride to, say, Whole Foods,
They
so
have
we
garden
can stock
space.
up.
Nobody can see
But,
them. There's no garden space.
Again, we don't have any electricity. We don't have running water. We don't have most of the things that the average person has. So
And if they did, would they
it's
grow
been
their own
very
food?
educational adapted to that.
Do you have garden space? And if you did, would you grow your own food?
I'd like to give that a try. I actually did buy seeds last year, but something always comes up, and we don't have an awful lot.
Michael. Hi.
Hi.
I just abandoned ship. How are you doing?
Susan, hi.
Hi.
Steve Krasinski.
He's a mess. He's all jammed up. He
I'm
doesn't know what to
sorry.
say.
You
We
wanna
need
say
your
more?
help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk more. Okay.
Okay.
My camera crew.
No, you
Fun.
didn't. Introduce
she's
this
back.
gentleman.
I'd like to introduce
What's your name?
Doug Walden.
Go ahead and just
Doug.
hand him the.
Doug Walden.
Yeah.
Ask him how he's involved.
Hi, how are
in
you?
this.
I'm friends with Michael and Marilyn. A friend from church, Joan Gavornik, and Michael and Marilyn are working on fundraising efforts for nonprofits related to homelessness, hunger, and animal rights. And my girlfriend Karen and I are basically, which is Joan's niece, are helping them with their efforts to raise money for help charities raise money. That's and I've been friends with them for a couple of years.
Yeah, we met Doug right before Hurricane Irene.
Okay. We
Uh,
have someone else with
we
us.
have someone else
I don't
that
know who
just
this is.
walked into the room.
Hi, I
Uh,
just wandered in here. My name is Stephen Kaczynski. I'm a social work graduate student at Monmouth University, and I've been involved for a little bit with the cause here, which I'm hope contributing in what way I can.
Okay.
What's he drinking?
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking, the short version is a lot of fruit and vegetables all churned together.
We do that
and
a
nuts
lot.
too, and nuts too.
My mom does that.
It looks like swamp water, but
Ask her about our animals.
What kind of animals do you have
Besides
here other
chickens.
than chickens?
Well, like I say, we rescued street birds in New York for many, many years. So we have 2 genuine New York City pigeons. We have a white cane dove,
Nice to meet you.
who actually, white cane doves are raised for food. I think he escaped from a butcher shop in Queens, and neighbors of ours found him. And we've had him now for 13 years. And then we have a starling who was found as a baby with an injured leg. And then we have our cat, who we brought with us from New York. And
This is
we
important.
have a baby squirrel, like I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Somebody
How can
from
people
the
help?
town nearby found.
All right.
He needed someone to care
Describe
for.
the websites.
He's growing up fast. And, but it's chickens. A lot of it is chickens.
Okay. What can people do if they're in a similar situation, if they find a hurt animal on the side of the road and they want to help? How can they help?
Well, there's a really, really good book that I keep meaning to buy, and I really have to buy it when I get it out of the library. It's called Care of the Wild, Feathered, and Furred. It's a little book. I think it's been around for maybe 30 years now, and it gives you a lot of really good information. If you have an injured animal, of course you're going to need to take it to the vet. But orphan babies can very often be raised as long as you keep them fed and warm. Warm is very important to a baby animal or a baby bird. We've raised hundreds of baby birds in our time, and you just have to be very patient and, like I say, keep them warm.
Okay.
Could you give the phone number and email address in case anyone has specific questions they'd like to ask you?
Yes, I'd love to. Hang on. It's 609-416-1363. And you'll probably get a voicemail because, we have to keep our phone up all the time because we can't charge it very often. And then my email address would be Marilyn at economicrefugees.org. I'll repeat that, Marilyn at economicrefugees.org. And like I say, I do respond when I have a chance at the library.
Websites. You got time.
Oh, okay.
There's other websites that could help.
Other websites that could help?
Not that I know of offhand.
But
Yeah, you can send an email and we'll look up, if they have a specific question.
Yeah,
we
if
could
you
possibly
have a
do research for them.
Yeah.
About
If you have a
donations.
specific
Most
question, you can ask us, and we'll
Most
certainly
effective
try and
place
get back to you
to
with
donate.
some further information.
What is
Okay.
the most effective place to donate
To help you guys.
to help you guys?
I would respond to the phone number and the email, and we'll figure it out from there.
Keep going.
Okay.
What places have
what
helped?
places have helped
With
you guys
food
so
and
far
supplies?
with food and supplies?
Well, it's mostly been personal help. We made some good friends here who help us. Of course, the Reverend Steve, who runs this camp, has been really, really helpful and kind. And his helper, Hannah, is the greatest. And mostly it's just individual. There's no organizations that have been really getting actively involved at the moment. We're hoping for some help in getting a sanctuary going from some organizations, but hasn't happened quite yet.
For them.
Really,
And give it to
it's
him.
just,
give it to him.
you could say the kindness of strangers.
Okay. They're working on permanent housing.
I understand that you guys are working on permanent housing for Marilyn and Michael. Could you give some further information on that?
Well, we came up with an idea. I'm interested in energy efficient building methods, and I've been involved with insulated concrete form construction. And we came up with an idea of creating a permanent version of Lakewood Tent City for people that are struggling with high cost of housing, whether they're homeless because of job loss or because of a reduction in hours, reduction in income, because of the slow economy, where they can downscale into sustainable homes and perhaps create some sort of template community where there's a Lakewood Tent City community where the organization owns the land, similar to the way the Methodist camp meeting owns Ocean Grove, and a community of micro homes with a little center square and so forth, powered by solar panels with electric lines. People can live in this thing and afford to live, whereas now you need to make $50,000 a year just to afford a garden apartment in central New Jersey. If people could live in micro homes like the ones described on the tinyhouseblog.com, they wouldn't be as stressed financially. They wouldn't have to spend 40-50% of their income on housing, and they could save for their children's education, their retirement, health care, things like that. And it would be a less stressful life. That's what Marilyn and Michael said. It was almost liberating when they left New York and they were paying $2,800 a month for their apartment, and they moved into more sustainable quarters. This might not be the way they really envisioned living, but if a permanent version of this could be made, like actually there's a tent city in Ocean Grove where there's actually a bunch of tents with houses, wood frame houses behind them that people live in through the summer, and something along those lines. We've just been toying with the idea because there were so many people struggling and there were so many tent cities across the country, and the level of homelessness is actually probably much higher than officially recorded because of people in their 20s and 30s that have been laid off or downsized or working with small, lower incomes that have had to move in with their families. They're basically hopping from couch to couch or living in friends, extra bedrooms. This could be a way to move forward where, they become self-sustaining and have a more enjoyable, less stressful life. Anyway, sorry I was rambling so much.
No, it's good.
Oh, no, it's fine. Just keep in mind, this could happen to anyone. So, just stay. What?
What? Go ahead.
Okay.
Focus on education.
Right.
Yeah,
Anybody
focus on education and
helping others.
And I'm gonna pass the phone over to my mom so that she can do the announcements.
Okay. Nice bailout. I'm assuming that we still have a connection. Okay, I don't have my notes with me for future events, but we do have a lot of things coming up. We have the Richmond Veg Fest, and we'll be doing live broadcasts from Richmond, and we'll be at the Animal Rights National Conference in Washington, D.C. at the Hilton Alexandria. The website for that is ARConference. Was that arconference.org? And Richmond Veg Fest has a Facebook page. We have dates and everything. Okay, so Kevin's email is thekevinstormshow@gmail.com, and we have a phone line that we don't use often, but we do get messages from, is 609-284-2694, and we have some other exciting guests coming up. If you get our page on Twitter or on Facebook, or there's so many others, everything is labeled The Kevin Storm Show. And we'll be posting updates in the next couple of days with our full schedule that's coming up. We have a lot of speakers that are going to be coming up. No repeats yet. And let's see, what else? I'm trying to think of what else we have coming up. I don't know, but we're running out of time. And hopefully Robert can come up with a song queued. And let's see. Yeah, I ran out of words too. We definitely need to take notes. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right, we good?
So, yep.
Okay.
And trade again.
Go ahead.
This was the Kevin Storm Show live from Tent City in Lakewood, New Jersey. Okay.
Robert, are you there?
Robert, are you still there? Okay. Could you cue up?